Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We continue here in Hachzeg's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is day number 127. Another one chapter called Bar Levov, the pure-hearted. Ksiv, it says in the Miyale Bar Hashem, who is the one that will go up the mountain to the mountain of Hashem? Umiyokayim bimkayim kachu, who will be able to stand in his holy place? Nikika Paim, someone whose hands are clean. Uvar Levav, and someone whose heart is pure. Uperish Bar Levav, what is the explanation of Bar Levav, a pure heart? That a person does not sin in their heart. Lach shayv machshavos ra'os, where they think bad thoughts. Va'asuros, things that are asa, that are prohibited to think about. Ubefrat b'shas hatfilah v'talmud Torah, especially at the time that you are davening and you are learning. Your heart and your mind must be clean and clear. Ki alev hu heichel hamelech. The lev, the heart, is the sanctuary for the king, of the king. V'imachnes by machshavos asuros, and if you bring forbidden thoughts into your heart, harizeh kemachnes tzelem be'eichel chas v'shalom. It's like a person who brings a tzelem, or brings an idol, into the heichel, into the sanctuary, in the Beis Hamikdash. Rachmana litzlan lo aleinu. Not only that, even just to allow your heart to lay fallow and think about things that are lebatala, wasting emptiness and the like, even that is asr. Kedarshu Chazal pasuk, like Chazal say on the pasuk, al tifnu el ha'alilim, do not turn yourself towards idols. Al tifanu Kel midaitchem, which means do not remove HaKadosh Baruch Hu from your thoughts. And therefore a person whose heart is idle and it's batal, there's nothing in there. So what's he going to be doing? He's removing his heart from thinking about Hashem. That itself is a problem in and of itself. We have to keep the thoughts pure inside of our hearts, thinking about the Rebbeinu Shalom, about his Torah, about mitzvahs, about Kedusha, all the things that are important. B'tam zeh, and because of this, asu li'isnaka b'diyoiknois mishum shemafane kel midaita. So too, it is asur to look at pictures of strange animals, and even pictures, maybe biblical pictures of different people that were there, because you start looking and focusing in on that, and you remove Hashem from your thoughts. If this is a problem to look at and think about, then we learn from here all different types of laughter and frivolity. For the same reason, because you are ridding your heart, you are uprooting from your heart thoughts of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We know that that's asr, as it says in the Svarim, in the more mystical works. It's not enough just to remind yourself and remember Hashem. You have to cling to him, with the desire, the ava and love, with the fiery coals of the burning desires to be close to Hashem. This is a very difficult thing to attain, especially by us. Now the Pele Yoetz is going back 100 and something years, and they lived a much simpler life than we do. But he says it's very difficult by us. Why? Because we live in a very materialistic world, lowly, filthy, materialistic world. And the purity of the world is gone. V'tumas eretz ha'amim, and we live in the land, the impure world of the amim, of the nations. V'toikev galus guf v'nefesh, and the galus, the exile, is grabbing on to our bodies and our souls. And our tremendous involvement in the things that are going on in the world around us and the like, it brings us into it sullies us up and makes us filthy as a result. And on top of all that, what about all the sins that we commit on a daily basis? It also withholds the good from us. About alcohol panim, nevertheless, even though it looks pretty bleak, says the Pele Yoetz, Chiyuva Ramya Alon, we still have an obligation. Lizchazek b'cholois, to strengthen ourselves the best that we can. Lidchayis me'aleinu, to push off from us. Kol mini machshavos zaros, all improper thoughts, get rid of them. V'hirhurim roim, and bad machshavos, bad thoughts. B'shtei yadayim, with two hands, push it away the best that you possibly can. V'libai lemay of, and let your heart cry out to your Father in heaven. Yitzchak v'yoymar, you should cry and say, Hatzilenu meitit, save me from the mire of this world. Ve'al et ba'a, I do not want to drown in the schmutz that I am surrounded by here. Leiftar barli Elokim, rather a pure heart you should create for me, Hashem. V'ruach nocha chadesh v'kirmi, and the proper spirit renew inside of me. Hashiva li sasa yishecha, restore for me the joy of your salvation. V'yishnada b'kol koichai b'chol eis, and you should put in all the effort, every way that you possibly can, all the time. V'chol rega lahachliv es hahihurim zarim u'machshavos rois, whatever negative and bad and prohibited thoughts that a person has, try your best to switch them. You change the evil, the bad for the good. You could just keep switching in your mind. Something bad comes in, you have to have good thoughts that you can go to. Maybe there's a pasuk that you think about. Maybe there's a mission that you think about. Maybe there's an idea that you learned in a Musa Sefer that you think about. Every time that the bad thoughts come in, I'm going to push them away. How am I going to push them away? Because the power of my positive and my good thoughts is much stronger than the negative. That's one of our problems, is that we don't understand how powerful is the kedusha of our thoughts, of the Torah. How powerful is the tahara, is the purity of the things that we can think about in the right way. And it's much stronger than the negative thoughts, much stronger than the evil thoughts, much stronger than the forbidden thoughts. And if every time that the bad thought comes in, you have some kind of a positive thought of kedusha that you go to, because it's wedged here in your mind, you'll push away the negative and the asa and the ra just like that. Be'ez Hashem. And if a person still cannot stand up against the Yetzer Hara, then the piv yikrav shiasienu, then with your mouth you should call out and ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, help me. You should say with a loud voice, say afim sanesi, the plotters of evil, that Yetzer Hara and those thoughts that are trying to get me, I hate them, I despise them. Scream them out of you. Other verses that you can find that will push the thoughts away, and supplications that you can say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for His help. And then Hashem will help you to rescue you from your Yetzer Hara. And then you will be able to be Dovid. You will cling to your Yoetzer, not your Yetzer. You will cling to the Yoetzer, to the Creator and the Master of the world, the Rabbi Shalom, and you will push the negative, wrong thoughts of the Yetzer Hara far away from you. So it's really up to us. We have to have strong, positive machshavas and thoughts in our mind and in our hearts. And any time that, God forbid, a negative thing comes in, just push it away. And before it gets lodged in your brain, just push it away. Don't let it get comfortable in there. Don't let those thoughts start ruminating around the negative. Push away, push away, push away. And your mind will be filled with so much thoughts of kedusha and holiness and Torah and mitzvahs. And that's much more powerful than the thoughts, the negative thoughts that the Yetzer Hara tries to bring inside. So the koyach is in your hand, or in your heart and in your mind, to keep your thoughts as clean and as holy as possible. All the best.